Whatever you think of Prince Harry, there's one thing for absolute certain. His style is a snooze fest. I don't really know why, because he comes from a long line of very well-dressed men, especially in the tailoring scene. So I want to go through 5 of Harry's more recent looks and offer 5 alternatives. So these won't be too extravagant and out there, these will be within his kind of wheelhouse. These will be what I would suggest to a man with his sort of age, resources and general background to wear. Obviously he's going into a new life, he's going into Hollywood, so let's keep that in mind as well. We want to still keep it a bit interesting. So first up, we've got the suit that made me make this video. It's just a big box for a guy. So he must be what, 6 foot plus. He's got a good physique on him, and this does him no favors. We've got a suit with a kind of average lapel. There's some padding on the shoulders. It's very boxy. The cut's got no shape to it at all. The jacket's just got 0 shape. The shirt he's wearing, in terms of colours, like he's just gone for a plain white shirt. It's basic, it's boring, it's kind of ill-fitting in its own way. The trousers, mid-rise, nothing about them at all. The whole thing is just something you can pick up from M&S. There's nothing wrong with that, but this is Prince Harry. So my suggestion would be this. So this is Jake Grantham, who owns Anglo-Italian Tailoring, which is an awesome brand and awesome tailors. Obviously they've got similar sort of complexion as well, so that sort of helps in comparing the two looks. But as you can see, the whole fit of this is so much different. The shape, the silhouette of the suit is so much different to what Harry's wearing there. Blazer, soft sloping shoulders, a much more generous lapel and a longer torso as well. Trousers, high-waisted pleated trousers and a shirt tucked in with a much bigger collar. Now, you don't have to go the whole hog with this. You can go a little bit more reserved with some of this. You don't have to have such a big lapel, you don't have to have such a high waist, but I would definitely recommend something like this just to make you stick out that little bit more. It is a bit more of an Italian look, but I think you can pull it off. Again, sockless with brown suede loafers as well. I would highly recommend this. It can really elevate a look, and I think he should try to express himself more through the clothing he wears, and I think this would be a great look. It's very smart, but it's not like overly smart. I think he just looks so much more put together with something like this. Okay, so look 2 is more of his sort of formal looks. He's got his staple sort of look here with this kind of like Oxford shirt over just a medium fitting shirt, some mid-rise jeans and some sort of chucker boots. Like, there's nothing wrong with this at all, but there's nothing that stands out to me. The fits are loose, and he might like that. He might just like to feel relaxed, which is of course fine. But it's just anyone can wear this. Anyone can have this. So the alternative I want to offer here is this look, which I think is from the loafer brand Horatio's lookbook. So we've got some white jeans on here, a little bit cropped, black leather loafers, sockless again, navy untucked Oxford shirt. Notice how the length of the shirt isn't too long, so it's made to be worn undone. Rolled up sleeves a little bit, and you know, the hat and the sweater on over the shoulders is just an add-on. You don't have to have this, but I just think this would be a good alternative to what he's wearing. Also, if you notice, the colour scheme of this is so much more interesting, and the navy's deeper. The contrast with the white jeans or chinos are so much starker, whereas you look at what Harry was wearing before, it's just grey, it's bland, it doesn't work with his complexion well at all, and I think this would. Another alternative option, I'm cheating, I'm going to add a couple of little extras, is this double denim number. This is a bit more out there, but this is a bit of a wild card from Drake's lookbook, and just a bit more interesting. It's still casual, but it's a shirt, it's a tucked in shirt with some high-rise jeans and a little bit more interesting. I don't see him going for this, but it's just something I want to add on. Okay, so look 3 is this suit. Again, it's the same sort of cut as it was before. Hardly any lapels, very basic torso in terms of structure, and you know, the sleeves are quite baggy. The colour schemes will just washes him out completely. A sort of pastel pink tie, a grey suit and a white shirt. It's just, he's got a pale complexion anyway, he's just completely washed out. So yeah, I think for me this whole colour scheme is the biggest issue. The collar of the shirt as well doesn't touch the lapels of the suit. It's just a very basic cut. Whereas my alternative option would be this suit here. So this is Simon Crompton from Permanent Style blog. definitely a blog you should check out. He's got YouTube videos as well. A fantastically dressed man, and just look at the shape of this suit. A bit more of a softer shoulder again, a much thicker, fuller tie, a cutaway collar shirt, and just the way this whole suit looks as a silhouette, so much more pleasing. The colours, whilst you don't have to go too wacky, you're not looking at like it's like a fuchsia in there or anything like that at all. It's super pleasing as well. So it's like a grey suit, green tie. They just blend in so much better. He's also got a pocket chief, which is just nice, a nice little thing to set it all off. So other wild cards, we've got Simon Crompton again in this chocolate brown double-breasted suit, which I'm a huge fan of. This is more like his sort of dad style, but with that added bit of the chocolate brown, just making it a bit more modern, a bit more contemporary. Super interesting suit, something you wouldn't really see around too often, and I think if I was him, I'd want to lean into this, just enjoying the clothes I'm wearing, experimenting and trying new different sort of shades and textures and materials, but also being classic. So looks 4 is this classic overcoat that you'll see pretty much every royal wear, every royal. It's always the same, it's always 3 buttons done up, no real lapels. It looks like it's made from a really nice material, but there's just nothing, it gives me nothing. So again, white shirt and a maroon tie, nothing different. So what I would go for is more of a pea coat. So there's like this coat here with a much bigger collar and lapel, double breasted, so much more pleasing to the eye, frames your face so much more, and especially with that beard that he's got going on, give it a little bit of a seafaring vibe, which I'm always a fan of. Peter Crouch actually wore the one the other day, which I was a big fan of. Big old collar, it really framed his face, and because he's quite obviously a tall, slim guy, it's just really complementary to most men's bodies. And look 5, we've got him in this black tux here, where the tux is basically eating him alive. The lapels are just meh. Especially with black tie events, this is when you want to be a bit more extravagant. See, you can stick to dark tones like black or like a dark blue velvet, but this is just, again, nothing. The bow tie is quite slim, the sleeves are quite large, there's nothing form-fitting here. The only thing I would say is he has no break in the trousers, which I like. It's just kind of a wasted opportunity to express yourself, I think, with these events. So my offered alternative would be, of course, the Master Tom Ford. Look at the fit of this, the structure, the shoulders are sharp, the lapels are in a satin, the bow tie is not too big, not crazy, but a good size, and with the collar are riding quite high on his neck. Little pocket square as well, the sleeves are cut to perfection, and lovely pattern shoes. An alternative look would be this from Drake. So this is a much more playful suit. So this is obviously it's satin lapel, big old peak lapels, a much bigger sort of 70s style tie, but softer shoulders, double breasted. And yeah, this is a bit more fun and playful, and I would recommend either two. They're very different types of evening wear, but I would go with those two over what he's got in this. At least you will be noticed in something like that. So there we have it. There are my 5 alternative looks for Prince Harry's style. I would really like to see him express himself more, especially with his new life and wherever he's going with that. He was on the Late Show, I think, in America, and he was wearing a grey suit with a dark navy shirt underneath. I think that is way more adventurous and experimental, and he just looks so much better with that. So hopefully that's the way it's going to go. I think obviously a stylist will help him out with that. So yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you like his old style? Do you like any of the suggestions I put forward? Be sure to check out our store, archonwoods.com, for pre-owned menswear. Loads of tailoring, loads of really good gear in there for really affordable prices. Any questions, let me know. It's hello@archonwoods.com or @archonwoods on the socials. I look forward to hearing from you. Cheers.